Hey, John.
Hey, are you in the shop?
Hey, I've got such a wrench in my neck.
I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. Oh, I quit. Yeah, so that's a great photograph. I love that photograph, by the way.
That was taken in a pitch black workshop at a greenhouse, and I had a
Really?
little pen light, and I was sitting there with the pen light drawing light on these things because I had
Wow.
zero light.
This is a long time ago, too. That's an early image,
Oh,
right?
like 04, 06, yeah.
Yeah. So, good to see you again. It's been 25 seconds. Not bad. You look very much older now. You've aged quite well in 25 seconds. I think people realize now that we do a bunch of these at a time and having to change shirt, it's just silly. I think that they're dumb. They're done with the joke, I think, and so let's just
Yeah,
move
well,
right
my
on
friend
with.
Jerry Toller said enough with the shirt. So Jerry, there you go.
Yeah,
You
hey,
can
you
do
wrote
it with
something
this.
today. Somebody wrote something and
It
what
was
you had to
Jerry.
post it. So why did you have to post it for Jerry? Is
Because
Jerry not
Jerry couldn't
capable?
figure out how to do it.
Oh my gosh, Jerry, if you're listening, this is like 2023, Jerry. We've
He's
had computers for like a long time. What?
Jerry's a 1930 model, so give him a break.
Oh, got it. Got it. Got it. Hey, I got a question for you today, or today and like 10 minutes later. So, so when you're thinking of submitting to Lenswork, or you're going to put a folio of, let's say, 10 images together, or Brooks is looking for 10 images. Obviously, Brooks is going to be looking for a cohesive group of images. Are you thinking that every single image in that folio of 10 images, let's say, has to be a 10? Is that your mindset when you're looking and saying, I'm putting together this group of 10 images, that every single one of those images better be a 10?
Yeah, I've thought about this a lot because you would like them to all be tens, but there's a few problems with that thinking.
Hmm.
Tens to who?
Oh,
I could think they were tens and Brooks wouldn't. I remember submitting several portfolios and you put in a bunch and he picks ones. I'm thinking, my goodness gracious, why did you pick that one? And there
interesting.
was a way better one over here. So we all think a 10 is something different.
Yeah, so we're
And
biased.
there's another problem. Let's say I put together a portfolio. I would like them to all be great, but they can't all be tens. They all, though, are like pieces in a puzzle. They're
Hmm.
telling a part of the story and they're necessary, but they're not all that iconic one image that you could have as a standalone image and would be fantastic and wonderful. They're a part of a story, a piece of a puzzle. So I just don't think it's possible.
Yeah, you've got me thinking there because I never thought about the fact that other people's opinion of whether they're going to be a 10 or not. Yeah. I think about the times I have gone to. The only thing I can liken, because again, I'm a chicken and I haven't submitted to Lenswork, although I promised you I would, and that will happen before we go to the Faroe Islands, I
You made
promise.
that promise
A year ago. Yeah, yeah,
several
yeah. I know, a
episodes
year
ago.
ago. I get it. I get it. But I promise this time for sure. And I'll bet you $10, $100, it'll be submitted before Faroe Islands.
How about I bring one of those beanie hats with a propeller, and
And I
if you
have to wear
don't
it.
submit, you have to wear it whenever
Okay.
we're out in public.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll wear that in the
Okay.
Faroe Islands, and I don't want to do that. So
So don't bring your beanie hat that you wear around the house. I'm going to bring my own.
I'm going to wear this hat. Got to put it down like that.
Put it
So,
away, John.
so the only thing I can relate to is I remember Dan Sniffen saying when I was building a website, he did say, man, if you put up a gallery of images on your website, number one, John, you've got 50. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to spend time to go through all 50 of your images that are called grand landscapes. He said maybe 20 max. That's about, and he's right. I mean, because if you think about what you do, if you look at somebody else's website, and of course you don't do that, but I do, you go through that and you're done. And he says, by the way, they're also going to check out of your website as soon as they see a real clunker.
Hmm.
So while I think that you're right, in a folio, they can't all be 10s necessarily, and somebody else is going to have a different opinion on that. I do think there is something to be said for, if you're presenting your work, especially on a website, or if you're going to be presenting 10 images to a Brooks Jensen, that you're, at least the intent should be that they're all very strong images.
In whose opinion should
In
you say,
yours, in yours, in
okay, in
my
yours,
opinion.
you shouldn't go through and say, I know Brooks likes this type of.
No. You, as you're doing it for yourself, you should feel like they're your best work.
Sure.
And that's all that matters, right? It shouldn't be, and I did this, I would go to Dan and say, what do you think? And he would certainly give his feedback. But ultimately, I made the decision and I got rejected by Lenswork. So that already happened once.
I used to all the time back when I was submitting to composition contests and whatever.
Competitions.
And I would ask others their opinion, and then I would tally them up and say, these images got the most likes.
Interesting.
I also would research the juror and say, what kind of images do they like? And looking back now, it's embarrassing to even say that, because what was my purpose? What was my goal? I guess my goal was just to get in, and I was willing to do anything to do it.
Yeah. Very different. Well, okay. A brief discussion today, but I think I was wondering how you felt about that idea of having to have all of them be 10s. And so once again, you give us thoughts to chew on and think about here, Cole, and I appreciate that in these discussions. So till next time, bye.
Bye.